Today I'm going to be talking about bush honeysuckle, an extremely invasive small bush, or not so small sometimes, that occurs throughout most of the U.S., but it is particularly bad here in Illinois. It produces these small red berries, which are not edible. It does really well at taking over forest understories. You see all these green bushes all over the place. Most of that is honeysuckle. It's bad. This is a particularly large one. These don't get this big. It's got these really rough bark. You see like that. It usually doesn't get that big, but sometimes it does. Bush honeysuckle actually refers to several different species, but they're all pretty similar, and really the difference isn't important as long as you can tell what it is. The most common around here is called Amur Honeysuckle, I think it's pronounced. A-M-U-R. And it's everywhere. All of these green bushes. They're really easy to identify in like late fall and early winter because they're still green when pretty much everything else isn't. And yeah, it can take over a forest understory quite quickly. Most of this area that we just walked through wasn't like that a year ago. Getting over here is where you see it starting to die off a little bit. It hasn't gotten into this part as much, but there's still some. It's a nice oak tree. Gonna pause and find a different spot. I walked probably about a quarter mile further into the woods, and now we see another spot where there's quite a bit of it. All of these. This is one. That's honeysuckle. That's honeysuckle. Those over there are honeysuckle. Those are honeysuckle. It takes over quite quickly. This is probably the worst invasive that we deal with around here. And it was introduced purposefully. I believe as an ornamental plant, but I'm not certain about that. You see the road just right up there. And a forest where bush honeysuckle has really taken over, a forest where it's really bad can reduce large tree growth by 40% or more. This stuff is bad. And it will, I know of forests where it is the only thing. It will take over completely if given the chance. It is extremely important to remove this when you have the ability to. See, these ones even still have berries. It is December. These still have berries and leaves. December in central Illinois, we've had multiple frosts. Just about everything else has lost its leaves, but these haven't. They still got them. That's one of the reasons why they can take over so well. Because they're one of the first things to grow their leaves, and they're one of the last things to lose them.